biggest thing I feel is when they changed Anchor Smash, initially to bring him into the scene, they made it 60% damage reduction from all levels. Now it scales from 45 to 60, which is very similar to before he got the buffs, which started at 40% anyway. So that 15% actually matters a lot, because that 15% is the difference between whether the Tidehunter takes 5 damage or 15 damage, or pardon me, not 15 damage, 5 damage or 10 damage in certain scenarios. And a hero like PL, which is very focused on his stats early and right clicks, like the illusions will do like 0 damage.
Yeah, so let's do quick introductions. I'm really interested to see how this Tidehunter goes. I haven't seen one of those in lane in a while. We've got Weehaw on the Windrunner, Puppy on the Undying, Misery doing the backstroke on the Tidehunter. I wasn't expecting that. I know that taunt exists, but just messed with my mind a bit there. It's been so long since we've seen a Tidehunter. NaVi on the Ember Spirit, and of course Paladai on that Bane.
Aside of NaVi, we do have Artstyle playing the Dazzle signature, Dendi on the Templar Assassin, Soneko on the Spirit Breaker, and Axmo again on the Darkseer this time.
Apparently it's a rather in back of the throat phlegmy Axmo or something.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm going to try to go with.
Phantom Lancer on the safe lane here.
Yeah, who's in a little bit of the danger zone. It's daytime, so everybody sees each other. They're just kind of looking at each other. Hopefully no one's going to be taking more than a decay. Weehaw's coming around, hasn't skilled yet. A lot of folks haven't skilled. Pretty common early in Dota, and it looks like DTR is just going to say, hey, I didn't want the bottom rune anyway, guys. He may even be lane trading, deciding that there's no way he wants to play up against an Undying, which I think is pretty fair.
Yeah, I think so. No way NaVi's trialing can contest Secret's trialing. I think Secret are just going to try to get the best out of it. Very similar to game 1 though. They could crumble if they decide to TP and then not maintain the aggression. But I imagine they would learn from their mistakes and decide to do it better this time.
Yeah. Now this will be interesting to see how Misery exactly handles this lane. It is one where while Kraken Shell kind of lets you escape since it'll purge off slows and so on, it still could be rough here since they have the Phantom Lance and then they can use the Dazzle Slow afterwards if they so choose. But that'll mean they have to get quite a few levels beforehand. And we can see already in the mid lane, Dendi's having the refractions burnt off. Paladai is being a jerk.
Oh, and Misery actually walked into the entire creep wave and tanked the 3-man heal bomb. So you see him so low at the top lane. And this kind of start is actually really bad for him. Because Tidehunter is a sustained fighter that wants to lose his life points slowly and regain them slowly through the tango as well. But with that kind of burst onslaught coming in, he's going to be forced to play back quite a bit.
Yeah, I'd be really interested to see how Tidehunter's been doing this patch. I know he was picked a few times. I feel like he was picked in Nanyang. No, he was picked in the majors, famously, with the Ice on Tidehunter, I feel. But I don't know how many times he's been picked, and I'm pretty sure his popularity had gone down significantly since the changes, so... Oh, 18 times, 11 wins, 7 losses, so we'll see if we can make that 19 or 8. And they have actually rotated Bane up top. Paladai deciding that he needs to help out this Tidehunter.
Make it a 2v2 so they can fight up the PL. Again, PL one of the best laning carries in the game, so with the Dazzle it's only going to be better because it gives him more targets for the heal bomb.
Yeah.
In the meantime, bottom lane, it is the Darkseer Spirit Breaker dual lane here. Undying is just so good at fighting up against dual lanes. He's already got 4 stacks of decay. He's going to man fight Soneko here.
Yeah, and Soneko, I mean, what do you do? It's an Undying who's hitting, like, for now 83 damage per hit. It's not great. I don't think he's got a good way to deal with that. Also, in mid lane, Dendi doing a great job of catching up despite the early pressure. He's now out-denying Weehaw, and he's pretty much back up on CS if you include the time that Bane had spent there. So much that it looks like Paladai is headed back middle to help him out.
DD this time, so then they really have to watch out.
Yeah, but again, he has a couple of refractions that'll eat it, and if he can get some creeps under his tower that way, manages to pop up the refractions, doesn't eat the DD.
It'd be so annoying. Second game, this kind of treatment at middle. Just so annoying to have Banes coming in, trading, and you know you're not going to win the trade because of the brain sap and his base stats.
Yeah. Something else I feel like on this top lane that can be really rough for Misery is they can throw a lance and then of course heal the illusion. Actually, he's trying to go in. He looks like he wants to use that anchor smash, but he has to be careful. The heal has been used. Pops a mango though, and he manages to get the charge forwards for Dichira. He still needs a lot of damage, and yeah, he gives up the chase.
Just He has one more lance, but in terms of an executing blow, they'll have to time it nicely with the heal bomb. Otherwise, they're not gonna get. If you saw him on the chase, actually, his hero did like 10 damage a hit to the Tidehunter, the Anchor Smash as well as the Kraken Shell. Yeah. That's why the Tidehunter is so good.
So, gonna be Dichira topping the net worth chart. Oh, sorry, topping the last hit chart, which will also be the net worth chart since we don't have any kills. And also doing pretty well NaVi on bottom. Despite this being a really rough lane, he's doing great, I would say. And the charge, it might land. He does manage to get the Searing Chains onto those two. That was completely luck.
Yeah, I mean, that was... If he didn't get that chain off, there might have been a second shell on Darkseer. Yeah. And speaking of which, he actually goes down.
Yeah, I thought Arkmo with the Surge Away had got it, but instead, the Brain Soul Rip comes out. That's more than enough to pick him off just because of the amount of units in the area. So, Arkmo going down, and that's going to be a first blood, and this is really helping MB out. He's already not having as rough of a time as we expected in that lane, and now getting a kill to boot. Also, Misery has a lot of CS. I mean, I know it's easier to CS with that Anchor Smash, but I didn't expect him to be doing so well. What is going on with Puppy? He is in the danger zone, but they can't quite make it connect. And now, here comes NaVi. He's trying to give it a go on Seneko. Where is the Brain Sap already being used? They have a Nightmare as well. Searing Chain, Searing Chains this time, not so lucky, but Pylai die. 5 more seconds on his Brain Sap. There's going to be the charge away on Seneko. Now they might be able to turn around on Akmo. But he uses Surge, NaVi's coming in, has the Searing Chains, gets them onto Akmo, there's gonna be a Brain Sap, and there's another kill, and Sicret looking like they're in a great position. NaVi's actually still trying to go for this kill. I'm not sure that they have the damage, and with the charge away, it's gonna be just fine for the Spirit Breaker.
Nice 2 kills for Sicret. With Puppy getting gone on earlier, he gets out, and be able to port back to any lane he wants, now with boots as well as Magic Stick. The ward situation, however, looking like NaVi has the better end right now, but that's because Pylai has been so occupied at bottom, trying to win that engagement. And sure enough, he did. Time well spent.
Yeah. At the same time, Dendi now winning the mid lane firmly. I kind of wasn't expecting him to win this matchup so well, but obviously it is really hard for the Windrunner to harass someone with refractions.
I mean, with refraction, it's like you have like double the Windrunner's damage on the crease. It's like at one point you're just not gonna win. You just have to kind of forfeit the lane to an extent. Just spam your power shot and get as much CS as possible. Possibly stack the woods. Unless there's a gank or something, you're just not going to burn through the refract.
Yeah, I'm actually a little surprised it does. Oh, okay, Misery takes another big heal, but he's going to be fine. He already has Arcanes up. I was going to say, initially I was expecting maybe they would need Bane to stack a little bit for Misery since this lane felt like it might be a bit rough, but he's doing just fine. Dendi, he should have refractions on cooldown, but he's stunned up instead, manages to get the tombstone and the refractions off, so Dendi is just gonna wander away in alt style. Oh, someone's getting themselves a big tombstone bounty. They actually deny it. Well played from Puppy.
Yep, Puppy now willing to give anything back to his former teammate.
I actually think it's a really important play. I think it's 75 gold at level 1, or it's level 2, so maybe it's 100 now. I think it goes up to 125. Either way, it's actually quite a bit of gold if you keep giving away those tombstones. And it's just something you don't need to be giving to the mid who's already ahead. We can see that Dendi is doing quite a bit better than the Windrunner.
Yeah. Just a matter of survival for Dendi right now. There's a charge coming in now because they saw the opportunity with the wind run, but he has an Invis rune and Dendi's gonna drop some harassment, but this is
he actually gets out of the Invis rune. Now here comes Puppy, he should have tombstone. No, 13 more seconds, so it feels
there was no kill happening here. Not enough disables, only a bit of right click damage from both.
Yeah. It does feel like this game, Seneko, he's having a lot of trouble making the Spirit Breaker work in the same way that he did the Night Stalker. Obviously, they're different heroes, but he's having such a hard time making it latch. He keeps trying to charge onto NaVi as well, which I feel like is a questionable decision since he can pretty reliably, unless you're charging through your own creep wave, he should be able to get the Searing Chains on you before the charge hits.
And he has demonstrated to do so in the past, so I think right now he's just doing it for mobility. I think he realizes that the NaVi's lineup don't have potential for kills. With a Templar Assassin as the PL, they're very lane-centric and very passive to an. So unless he's nearby with the Darkseer, or just pulling as he's about to do now, he's not really got much of a...
Yeah. So Misery gonna be having a blast up in top lane still, doing really well. Same number of blast hits. Okay. Well, Yeah. Apparently, we don't have any matches this patch between Tidehunter and PL, so we'll see if it still works out. It's gonna be a nightmare onto Dendi, but Dendi's bottle is on the courier. Okay. Oh, and I need to go offline quickly. Dun 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 dun. Okay, there we go. Now, there are 4 heroes for Sicret posturing in this mid area. I don't necessarily think it's wasted, but I feel like this is something they tried to do last game really early on when they had the gank that took Dendi's stacks as well. But I'm not quite sure how good it is again, because I do feel like NaVi can benefit a lot from just farming.
Soneko's going in on top on Misery.
Yeah, there is a Ravage ready, but he just actually ends up poking him and getting no extra damage. DJ Rod didn't have the mana for a Lance, and with no mangoes left over, he just gets it now. But he couldn't throw that out. I think if he could throw that out on Misery, of course, you can get a kill. You can throw the heal bomb out afterwards onto the illusion.
Palda in position. Yeah, was somewhat of a hard task.
The hidden ones grin.
It's a kind of really weird game. I was expecting with a Spirit Breaker for it to be more action-packed, and also with the Tidehunter, I feel like it's really advantageous for you as the Tidehunter to blow your ultimate early, because you're probably not getting a 5-man Ravage off in the first 10 minutes of the game. Why not just use it the moment you get it? But Misery may just not see any opportunities to get kills with it.
Yeah, I mean, he's going up against the Dazzle PL. It's somewhat hard to walk into them because of the heal bomb potential, and he didn't have that much lane sustain, so he's gonna get a little bit more now with the Ring of the into of a mango. I think he's actually gonna looking to sit around base now. I thought he was gonna sit around base to finish Tetris, but he's gonna walk out for the time being. And again, it was probably an issue of sustain, as well as the fact that his only playmaking partner, the Ember Spirit early on, was just very content at bottom lane. And as you can see, the result, NaVi top of the net, top of the CS board, pretty much top of the net worth board as well. Almost got his bots. Now
I have to say I do like this. We can see Misery, he's coming in bottom. While again Doxy are not the easiest to kill, it's certainly something. And Weehaw taking a Meld Strike finally pops that Windranger, and Dendi's gonna wander away, but now gonna just pound a little bit into Puppy as well. So Dendi really beating the pants off this Windranger, what you like to see. And now Achmo in this bottom lane. Maybe gonna take a Searing Chains to the face. There he goes. The Surge has been used. Are we gonna see the Ravage? I don't think they even need it, but they should use it for funsies. No, actually, Akmo, he'll burn down. So not gonna be seeing Misery using that. And at the same time, up in top, we have TP rotations because DJ Ra and Artstyle doing good work on damaging up this tower.
Nice of NaVi to rotate here. He's got bots and 100 gold, and when he has the Ember Shield, he's gonna be able to clear out the creep wave without DJ Ra's response as well. So in the meantime, because his shield is on cooldown, DJ is gonna try to...
Yeah. All in all, it's a pretty even game. There's about a 1,000 gold lead coming out for Team Sicret, but that's something that one team fight can really turn around. And since Dendi's farming so well, unfortunately, the Ancients have now been blocked out, so he's not going to be able to fall back on that. We have a Fiend's Grip coming out onto DJ Ra. He, of course, will have Doppelganger the moment this ends. Instead, the Shallow Grave comes out. He's also invisible. He's going to doppel to the low ground, but here comes Emby. He wants that. The Ravage comes out. They manage to catch up DJ Ra. Now Seneko, he's caught in a bad position. Shackle latches on the dead body, and that's going to be it. But Envy, he's looking for more. They've got an odd style. Envy with the shackles. Power shot to finish him off. Okay, Envy is seriously lucky. He again got a shackle in. There were other creeps around that could have taken that.
Power of the Envy Spirit. He's already got his bots at 11 minutes, much earlier than before, and what a way to start the game with 0-6 in favor of Sicret. Things are aligning for them right now.
Yeah, a much better start than in Game 1, and certainly more explosive than in Game 2 as well, and they're starting to pull ahead. I really like that first usage of the Ravage. They're coming back in though, there's going to be a charge through all of them. Envy not able to stop it this time. Here comes DJ Ra as well, he's got Lances aplenty. The heal bomb has already come out now. Puppy, he does have a tombstone in 10 seconds, but I don't know if he's going to live that long. He's a very tanky hero, but they have a lot of stuff going on him, and one Lance will finish the deal. So we'll be seeing MB off to the side, just efficiency farming. Gonna actually give it over to Misery while he probably pops home to pick up those shoes and get healed up some more.
Then he does farm up mid, and Weeha on the bottom lane. Both cores farming up. I'm glad both heroes left their lanes. I mean, Weeha was top just now. Dendi at mid.
Yeah, he is receiving the end of a bit of a gank. Now, he will have refractions up in 6 seconds, but they've got about 3 there. There's going to be the weave coming out. He gets shackled, actually. They drop the wall as well, and now Dendi, he's just trying to run away. Can his team save him? The wall not seeming to zone, and I think zombies may end up killing him, but with the meld, he gets away. We've got a Fiend's Grip onto Seneko on the other side. He goes down. Now, Axel has to wander away. It was a really nice wall, but it wasn't enough. That should have shackled, I think, but Odd Style, can he get himself away? He doesn't doesn't have shallow grave. He throws up the heal. One more auto attack will do it. And NaVi, suddenly it's 1 and 8, and they are very much falling behind.
Башню сил тьмы на верхней линии.
Looks like mid tower is going to go in favor of Secret as well. I mean, the Templar Assassin cannot hold this right now, and they really need the PL. PL is actually coming in from the side. He's picked up the treads. He's got 1k gold, and maybe he'll be able to make.
Yeah, they are forced to kind of pull to somewhere near this wall. Here comes d2r. He's going to throw out the lance onto Misery. Misery doesn't have that ult for another 10 seconds or so. And Dendi, they're transferring the nightmare off of him. He does have a little bit of refraction, but another beautiful shackle shock. Seneko taking a lot of damage. And again, will we be seeing him go down? The shallow grave coming out arguably a bit early, but he should be down anyway. Searing Chain stops the TP. He's going to fall. Tombstone at the ready. And it's looking disastrous again for NaVi. This shackle doesn't latch out. Axmo trying to get away. The zombies, of course, are slowing him up. Sleight of Fist Searing Chains doesn't latch from NaVi either. And that should be the end of the engagement as folks decide to back on out.
Oh, that second sleight of fist into Ain there, the Ancients, I think that was a ping related thing, because his sleight of fist was extremely short. Sleight on Soneko when he was TPing out, very lucky again. A lot of different targets that the chain could have gone on, but unfortunately for the side of NaVi, they haven't been getting the better end of that luck so far, or that dice roll rather.
Additionally, NaVi tried to take a fight there with the Ravage down, and it just didn't work.
Yeah, they can't break Secret's lineup 5v5. Their heroes just are not strong enough. The only thing NaVi can do with the PL pick, I thought the philosophy was to split push and just ignore the fight. And I think they should just opt that. They cannot fight into Secret. Ravage or no Ravage, it's just not happening in this game.
Yeah, and while Dendi's doing a good job of topping the net worth chart, we're almost 3,000 net worth behind on NaVi, 3,000 experience as well. The experience almost more worrisome because when we take a look around, you've got heroes like Dazzle, and Seneko's not even level 6. Dazzle just hit his 6 versus Bane is 7, Undying is 6. I mean, Flesh Golem, often something that's not talked about, but it's a hugely powerful ult, especially in these engagements.
Definitely amping up everybody's damage.
Yeah.
Especially with heroes like Ember and Windranger, just get in there in the middle of the fray and dish out all their spells.
And it feels like
Windranger again. Weeha's shackles have been so on point. One of the reasons why you really have to fear this guy's Windranger play.
Yeah, it does feel like we've talked about it before. Shackle always, you know, people have seen the shackles that land, which maybe shouldn't, but we are doing a great job of it, and they should be able to get themselves an early Roshan, even with folks knowing about it. They've got a good amount of armor reduction coming out, and of course, looking like they're gonna be getting themselves an early one. So, of course, Weeha also has a DD. Let's not forget about those luck runes. So, not sure that they can contest, and as you said, maybe you just try to sit back and get Dichiros and farm. It is true, I think, that if the Phantom Lancer can pick himself up, he is a scary force.
However, at this rate, I think Envy's gonna come online before the PL, and it's always something he has to watch out for. Again, the Ember Spirit scales so nicely against Phantom Lancer and Jet.
Yeah,
Oh, and he's about to die.
We have a Fiend's Grip I hear on Dichiro. He's got the Shallow Grave, but with the Shackle, he's going down. And goodbye. They actually missed the power shot, but, you know, he casually getting those Searing Chains off, and he gets another kill. I mean, we saw NaVi perform so well in game 1 and 2, and this last one, unfortunately, looking to be a bit of a stomp.
So far it definitely does. I mean, this TA versus Windranger at mid, again, I really doubted the potential. Templar Assassin against Windranger, you need so many items to fight the Windranger. It's actually so annoying. You can't burst her down ever with the Windrun being online, and you need the blink to usually get on top, and even then, you might just get shackled and turned on. So, just too many tools that they need this game to be able to break Secret, and so far, they have none of it.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like they have any good sort of high ground defense either. I mean, what are you going to do? Throw Lancers at the creep wave? Your options are really bad for this lineup of NaVi. So, MB coming in now. Let's see if he can get off another one of those Sleight of Fist Searing Chains that we all love. He gets it, of course, on Art Style again. Puppy also going to do a little bit of follow-up. They have the damage to hold this, I think, and they're doing a good job of trying to trade up top. Now, a nice thing about pushing high ground for NaVi, saving their high ground, of course, is it does make the wall vacuum combo a little bit easier for them to land.
Secret looking pretty dominant in close so far. They smoke. Looks like they want to rotate top. I don't think Axmo should get picked off by this one. I mean, there's Dendi here in the woods as well, so maybe he feels a little bit comfortable, but Heroes just went completely missing. And looks like he is going to get picked off.
Oh no, Searing Chains comes out, Dendi TPing away. Dendi manages to get out, but goodbye on the Axmo. On Akmo. And yeah, he still hasn't even finished his mech. I mean, His lane wasn't great. Okay, there, it just comes out. He finishes the mech, but he is behind. It's feeling like all of these heroes on NaVi are behind, and they're in no position ready to fight. And not to mention, they've been losing these fights before the Ravage is even coming out. I mean, Misery hasn't even kind of showed his true power. He's casually got up a mech. He's gonna have a Blink Dagger soon. I don't know how they hold their high ground.
It's just the pick itself was so complimentary.
In mid, yeah, we have some action. We have the Nightmare onto alt style. They're just desperately trying to get this tier 1 tower. Now we've got the Fiend's Grip onto alt style as well, and they're not even going for the tower here. I feel like NaVi, they definitely wanted to get out, make sure they weren't in danger, but they just lost a tower in bottom. They get the mid tower denied, at least that's something. But they also lose alt style, and they're just hemorrhaging right now.
Yeah, they're really bleeding hard, and again, it has a lot to do with this Tidehunter 5th pick. Something that can fight up against the PL Dazzle alone, against such good laning heroes. Still scale. Now that he has the mech, he's actually able to walk into them non-stop, and whatever onslaught of damage that NaVi can throw at him, he'll be able to burn it back with or bring it back with the mech, and always get off a decent Ravage as a result. The 5-man coming out of Sicret, NaVi cannot fight this.
Steering chain, sleight of fist, НaVi gets it again. He's actually backing out, but there is a GG on Weehaw, and he has his Aghanim Scepter up, so suddenly his damage output quite scary. And they may just high ground here. We could be seeing, after such wonderful long games, a 25-minute Rax or something coming out. Weehaw pops that DD, use that ult, and now let's see what NaVi can do. They've already popped the weave on some of those heroes. Seneko de-wards their high ground ward, but НaVi, he just blinks in, he gets off the sleight of fist, he actually takes a lot of damage. НaVi needs to back all the way on out. They use the mech with Misery. He still hasn't popped that ult. A wall vacuum, but the wall a little bit too late, and now Dietrich, he's making a lot of illusions, but again we can see Misery just doing quick work on them. Here comes НaVi, there's gonna be the Ravage hitting everyone, alt style, he gets healed up himself as well, but they've already lost the Phantom Lancer, and that was the majority of their damage. Seneko tries to get off that Nether Strike, but it's too late. НaVi, he remnants away, there's a charge through the middle, Weehaw taking quite a bit of damage, finally the Nether Strike comes out onto him, and Axmo trying to do this physical damage, but Dendi, he can't do anything else, he has no more refractions than Akmo, he's gonna be falling, and this is gonna be a 20-minute Rax in favor of Sicret. They didn't lose anybody in that engagement.
It looks like Sicret's back for the time being, but again, just no wave clear, no real tools to fight up this 5-man, strong heavy 5-man coming with the Undying as well as Tidehunter on the front lines. So much aggression, so much damage coming out on the side of Sicret, and it looks like they want to continue their efforts to mid.
I mean, I don't think they have any reason that they need to stop with this Darkseer not only being on the deck, but the fact that he doesn't have the wall vacuum combo even after he's up. What's scary for Sicret? And they're taking these engagements with or without the Ravage. Tombstone dropped. It's looking like a quick loss for NaVi. Their lineup just did not come online fast enough. Oh, it's gonna be a shackle onto alt style. They have the damage, and there's gonna be no time for that shallow grave. He's waiting for it. He gets the cast. They're backing out on Sicret. They've caught Dietrich though with the Fiend's Grip. Can anybody save him? They're trying to do some work onto Pylai Die. It looks like this may be the exit of Sicret. Although НaVi, he's just recharging. He may end up coming back in. A shackle doesn't manage to latch. A charge through really nice onto Weehaw, and they vacuum people back into it as well. Pylai Die taking a lot of damage from Dendi. Can they finish him off? But here comes НaVi with the Searing Chains. Misery ready to get back up in their faces, and Pylai Die still so low. He finally burns out to Akmo's Ion Shell, but now Dendi, he has to go into the meld, realizes there's a sentry down, seeing him. He just needs to do damage to someone, and finally the wall is back up. They take out the raid boss that is НaVi, and they're still trying to fight. Of course, they have creeps coming into the base in the bottom lane as well. Misery should maybe go down here. They finally pick him off. Big heal bomb. Weehaw also on the sidelines, but has that wind run available anytime she wants it. Might not be able to use it if they can hold her in place. There she goes, wind running away. They do have another charge in 6 seconds. She blinks up over because the courier delivers that. And looks like with that she'll be out. Dendi at least finding something here. So a big turnaround for NaVi, but we're gonna see there's still probably 10,000 net worth behind overall. And Weehaw just coming back in, gets the shackle onto Dendi. Shallow Grave comes out in time. There's also a Tombstone down. Dendi needs to get rid of these zombies, and it looks like they'll be fine, but it probably means that Shaklo actually, Seneko managing to get out there, and Dendi, he stops his TP? Doesn't matter. I think it means that Altcel's going to be in a lot of trouble. The shackle shot doesn't manage to hit Dendi, turning around, doing a lot of damage, and Weehaw, he actually used the wind run to catch up there. A big kill for Dendi, getting that mega kill streak coming out, and now Pylai Die, he's in the danger zone. They do have refractions up for a little bit longer. Brain Snap not going to do enough work.
No,
can they catch Puppy as well? Oh goodness, Seneko, he's going hard, he's seeing if he can lock down Puppy. He has the Nether Strike in 5 seconds, he gets the bash, but Dendi, I think, calling him back, saying we won't go for this one, we've already won enough, and out of nowhere, Dendi getting a bunch of kills.
Yeah, Pi actually had a Gold Scepter, so he clearly forgot the fact that he had a Gold Scepter. He would have survived that 100% if he clicked Gold Scepter. It is what it is. NaVi's coming in hard now, I get.
No, he just rammed it out. This
Башню
is
сил тьмы на центральной линии атакуют.
A lot of action. Middle lane push there. And again, Secret looks like they lost a couple kills, but I imagine when they gather properly, take a moment to breathe, and let NaVi actually finish up his Battle Fury. I'm not even sure if they'll need it, honestly. If they do opt for that option, they certainly take the push with the Strip Forest afterwards. In the meantime, Dendi is in the highest net worth now. He's got a BKB completed. Again, I think a lot of that has to do with the follow-up at the end there. If Paladai didn't die, he might have been able to kill Dendi, unless Navi responded fast enough. And it looked like with Tidehunter there was a chance, or Tidehunter, but I think it was actually dying. There might have been a chance with the urn as well, but again, killed her.
On the other hand, Secret with that push gold, because you get a lot of gold from destroying a Rax and a two tier 3s. Tidehunter has finished up Guardian Greaves, so this team getting harder and harder to kill despite the minus armor coming out of Navi. Puppy, as you said, Urn, Vlad. He's also got a casual medallion to help out his team, and we can see that Bane also, I think, is working towards an Aghanim Scepter.
With the point booster, I don't see too many other options. Don't know about that one, honestly. I think he could have just gone like a Glimmer
Башню
Keep or
сил
something.
тьмы на верхней линии
Yeah, it does
атакуют.
mean that it's really hard for people to attack him without also having BKBs active and ways to stun, and Dendi is actually just outside this sentry. He is living life in the danger zone, I believe. So
Would have been nice to actually spot him out with that sentry. Would have been pretty interesting to see how Dendi reacts. He didn't have TP up, but he had a BKB, so he starts running away, gets gripped. In the end, he doesn't get spotted out and kill himself, therefore they should be happy with that one.
Dazzle's picked up a gem. This does mean that suddenly Navi have a lot of map vision, which is really great for them, and they've dewarded a lot of secret wards in their jungle and so on. At the same time, when we talk about hero scaling, I'm really worried for Navi. I would agree that heroes like Undying and Bane, or Undying maybe doesn't scale as well, Bane, since he always disables at least one hero. I think that's fantastic. And will this smoke and latch? Oh goodness, Dendi. There's going to be sentries dropped. No, do they not have any? Oh, okay. Well,
No
Dendi
detection.
just has to. Yeah, they have no detection. Dendi, unfortunately, is stuck here forever since he also doesn't have a blink. So they're just gonna fly something out. Misery just gonna splash, be splishy splashy. Can Dendi get his team up here in time? Obviously, the charge is coming out. They're working away on Dendi. They're reducing his damage. There's gonna be a weave, but Secret says, we don't care. We're gonna fight into you. We don't mind. We got the Ravage. We got the blink. We got everything. Dendi, he pops that BKB. He's giving it a go. Paladai remembers to go Scepter. Immediately, the Fiend Grip turnaround. Weehaw has blown up Art Style. They've also managed to use the Ravage. The wall is down, but they needed to pull people through it, and it's not looking like it's enough. Dendi now fighting without refractions. He'll have them up in 4, but he has to back out until then. Tombstone has been taken down by Dichira at the same time as there's a charge onto Misery. Dendi, he's using the Melt Strike as best he can, but it looks like he's gonna fall. Finally going down to that Soul Rip. Dichira using as much as he can out of his illusions, but it looks like he's in a bad spot as well, and it may be a 5-man team wipe if Dichira can't get something out of this, and he goes down.
Could be worse.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, it couldn't.
Nice Ravage coming in by Misery, was able to disrupt the Dark Seer combo. And of course the kill on the art style early on with the flank from the side, it's really nicely done. Again, Navi, they just don't have the tools to 5-man up against Secret, and what they try to do in saving Dendi there was actually just a nice bait planted by Secret, because as long as Dendi stayed there, Secret was intent on staying as well. But they knew if the fight happened in that exact location, they were gonna come up no matter what.
Yeah. Now we're going to be seeing them walking in on the racks for Secret. Let's see what they can do. The shackle
Seneko.
latches onto Seneko. He gets shallow graved up. Can there be any sort of follow-up? Alt style now being worked on by MV. They actually managed to get Seneko out, so they'll have a charge for later days. But again, a lot of their damage deal is on the sidelines for another few seconds, especially Dendi. They do manage to glyph it. Weehaw, of course, does have that ult. Can they stop him? They're throwing out the charge. Misery, of course, doesn't have that ult since he already used it. There's going to be the blink away. They're throwing out lances onto Paladai. They go for the Nether Strike. It's going to hit on Misery. Paladai manages to nightmare himself up. He's still taking a lot of damage with the vacuum back. I think they're doing it, but they have to still deal with this Tombstone, and in comes Envy doing a lot of damage. Dichiro trying to work on the Tombstone while Weehaw still picking away at people. He wants to catch out Axmo, but he takes a big Melt Strike to the face, and Envy, he's working in on the backlines. He picks off Axmo with that steering chains. Now Puppy, he's probably going to fall here. Takes a lance to the face. At the same time, Envy has just TP'd away. So while it's definitely a 2-for-1, again, they lose Axmo, who had the wall vacuum combo at the ready. And he's just not able to make that latch, and we can see that NaVi is falling further and further behind, even if they take a favorable engagement. If they can catch out Weehall here, this will be huge. The shackle goes out onto Seneko. It doesn't quite latch. He still has no Nether Strike. And now with Envy coming in as well, is Denti going to try for the Roshan? They'd have to kill off Envy first, I think. He's going to throw out a Remnant. And there's going to be the charge away. I think that has to be the end of the engagement. It's really risky for NaVi here.
Oh, and Envy's going straight for art style. He doesn't have a TP.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to probably take a sleight of fist, and there we see it go down. So, not too great for the lineup of NaVi, especially as Envy just remnants away. I mean, we haven't talked about it too much, but beyond this Spirit Breaker with the charge and with the Nether Strike, they again tried to pick themselves a very disable light lineup, and it's really not working out.
Product of not doing as well as they wanted to in the early game. Again, they did a lot of work on the side of Sicrет at bottom lane in the initial stages. The Undying and Emperor netting some kills that I'm not too sure if they should have.
Seneko
there's a fight at top.
Yeah, Seneko taking a lot of damage at top. He keeps trying to use the Nether Strike. He finally gets it off. He actually charges through the creeps, but one sleight of fist gonna be more than enough, and Envy has picked him off. Windranger has the Aegis again, and I mean, if it's anything like last time, this is another easy set of racks for Sicrет.
Should be. Fortunately for Dendi, he doesn't have anything close to his MKB. Probably really needs to. He's got a DD and he's got a BKB. Probably the best tools he's gonna have for this fight. I guess you can say he has buyback as well, although I'm not sure how much that matters.
What did NaVi need to get back in this? Do you think there's any way? Do you think it's all just in Secret's hands to make a mistake? Oh my gosh, Misery doing the backstroke.
To make a mistake for sure. This Tidehunter's coming in with 2k life points. There's an Aegis. It's so many things to fight.
Okay, we're gonna be seeing the beginning of the fight. Dendi has popped his BKB. He's working in a beautiful wall vacuum. The wall a little bit late, but there's gonna be a nice charge through. Can they pick up Misery before he pops that ult? No, they don't quite manage to get him. And Envy, he is still just causing a lot of problems. Seneko goes down on the back lines. Envy, oh, he does so much damage. And there goes with the ult coming out of Misery. It's gonna be a beautiful Ravage. Dendi caught out as well. Doesn't matter that he has a DD because he is dead. The buyback from Seneko. Dendi as well. But those are the only two buybacks on the team, and we can see, unless they've got some magic up their sleeves, I don't know how these two take it. I think the only saving grace is that this tier 2 is still alive. But Sicrет looking in dominant position to end this game.
And honestly, that was pretty much the best fight that NaVi could have asked for. Now Dendi's gonna get caught out. No BKB, and he's probably going to
gosh, and they have a gem. That's it, I think, unfortunately. That may be the GG, and they call it.
Again, it's just play this game like Sicrет would play this game normally. They did really well in their lanes. Even Misery on the safe lane alone against the Dazzle as well as the PL did a lot of work. This is the result you have with Sicret coming back in full force. Maybe they're back.
Yeah. So either way, a really great showing by both of these teams. They definitely brought us really exciting games. I was very excited to call